Alright, back to number 42. So sorry guys, but geometry is not my strongest suit, but here's what I've come up with for number 42. So when we're looking at arc lengths, key thing to keep in mind is that the entire circle is 2 pi r, and r in this case is the radius of 10. And then, since this is a right isosceles triangle, that makes this is a 90-degree angle, which means, and also that means that this is the diameter, right, because it says that this is like the radius, so then this line would be the diameter, which means that this section of the circle is half of the arc length. So that would make it pi r, which, our radius is 10, so that would make it 10 pi would be this big long length. Then, but we don't want the big long one, we want this short one right here. So the whole rest of it would be another 10, but the fact that this is an isosceles triangle means that it cuts it into 2 equal sections. So, this whole big long one would be 10. The 2 equal sections would then be 5 pi. So the answer should be J for number 42. Then number 44, I just haven't really looked at hyperbolas in a long time, so I needed to get some help with this one. So essentially, for the first hyperbola, x squared over 9 minus y squared over 4. This is going to have the vertices at the x values of positive and negative 3, because that's the first part of it. So that's going to be this one here, where we've got the vertices at 3, 0, and then this one would be at negative 3, 0. And then for the next one, because the y is first, we're going to use that, and we'll get vertices at 0, 6, and then 0, negative 6. And so we need an ellipse that's going to go through all 4, so it's going to be the kind of this shape through here, more or less. We want it to go through all 4 of these vertices. So in order for that to be true, we need the x part of it to match up with these points here. And you can probably just kind of tell by looking at it that if we're looking at 3s, that's going to have to do with 9. It's not going to be 25, that would be with 5s. So we can kind of eliminate G and H just from there. And then just to double check, for the y values, we're going to want them to have to do with the 6. And so with y 36, that makes sense. So our answer there is for F. So that is the end of this test. If you have any questions, again, feel free to ask me in person. Good luck with your ACT tomorrow.